Hey guys, today we are going to be putting the two starter guns head to head to see which faction's starting gun has more potential. There will be 3 stages to the test, and I will give my input, but I am not the judge here. It is up to you guys to vote in the comments which gun is better. In each stage, we will have the stock version of both guns, as well as the meta version to see the max possible potential of the weapon. All of the rounds I will be using have 0 impact on recoil or accuracy stats to keep this fair. These are the guns I'm going to be using: a 32 recoil M4, a 39 recoil AK-74, and then a stock M4, and a stock AK-74. Test number 1 is going to be quite straightforward. It's just going to be a mag dump test to see recoil. We will do it twice with each gun, once standing and once crouched. Alright, so that was the standing test, and I'm sure if you guys play the game often, you would have known that the AK would perform quite a bit better than the M4 standing. The M4 and 5.56 as a caliber performs quite terribly standing up, to put it easily. Except one thing that did catch me off guard was just how good the stock versions performed compared to how I thought they would. Obviously, like, they didn't perform great, especially not the M4. The M4 was all over the place, but they performed a lot better than I expected. Now, in the crouch test, the M4 really shows its specialty. It has a very nice tight group, and the AK also performs really well, and the stock guns perform almost like any other gun would. Crouched is just very broken. You got basically no recoil when you use it. Now, test number 2 is a heat test where we're going to mag dump over and over until we get a bolt jam malfunction. We're going to do it twice for each gun to see how many rounds exactly it takes both times to get a rough idea of how many it will handle. This test will be done with meta rounds for the meta guns and starting rounds for the base guns. For the meta AK, we are going to be using PPBS. For the M4, we are going to be using 855A1. For the stock M4, we're going to be using 855. And for the AK-74, we are going to be using BT. Well, that test was quite consistent. The Meta M4 both times got 116 shots in before it got a bolt jam. The Meta AK on its first attempt got 96, and on the second got 94. The stock AK got 95 on its first, and then 96 on its second. And the standard M4 got 115 and 115 both times. Now, the one thing that kind of caught me off guard was that the stock guns with the lower like heat producing ammos are performing exactly the same as the meta guns with the higher heat producing ammos. Honestly, my assumption going in was that the higher heat producing ammos would make the guns overheat quicker, but I guess I was wrong. Now, the third test, and I say that with air quotes, isn't really a test, it's more of a breakdown of prices. We're going to look at the costs of the guns and just give them a good old compare, like a good old comparison. So, obviously, let's take the mags out, because mags don't matter. You can use any mag you want, and let's just filter by item, because it's just a stock M4. So, 64k for the M4. It's not horrible. Filter by item for the stock AK, 33k, way better. I'd go with the AK over the M4 early like this any day. Now, meta AK is going to be quite expensive. Fine parts. 320k, that's actually probably a lot less expensive than the M4 is. Edit preset, fine parts. Yeah, a lot less expensive than the M4. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to drop a like and comment which gun you think won below. And don't forget to follow my Twitch, it's down in the description if you guys would like to. I'm streaming every weekday right now. I hope to see you guys there sometime. Peace out.